Welcome to Frederick Center for Diagnostic Imaging. This is the place where I actually had my mammogram screening this year. I'm going to take you inside so that you can kind of get a look around. And I also want to remind you the American Cancer Society recommends for women over 40 an annual screening mammogram. This is a great place to do it because they have a specialist staff, including a clinical nurse specialist on staff that can really work with you. So we're going to take a peek inside, meet everybody, and see what it's all about. Sitting next to me is CDI's breast care coordinator, Carrie, and a fabulous woman. You're a clinical nurse specialist,
Yes.
and you are on staff here at CDI to guide women through the process of not only breast care health, but even breast cancer.
Yes.
All right, so start with early detection, Carrie. Why is it so important that girls come and get their annual mammograms and follow up?
Well, screening is what saves breasts and it saves lives. And even with my girlfriends who know that, you know, this is my dedication in my career, I have to constantly talk with them and hound them. And I've even been called a nay on the importance of breast screening and their mammogram, because in order to detect changes in the breast and biopsy changes, we need to be able to assess it at least annually.
You are a wealth of education, and like I said, I wish that we would have had someone like you when my mom's going through this, because I found myself Googling and looking into all these websites, and I know that was probably the worst thing I should have been doing. So you actually will direct women to the right websites, and what else kind of things should you fill them in with?
I kind of tell patients that I'm their free agent. And I'm kind of like the in-law they never wanted to have, but they're so glad that we're friends and family. But from the moment that a possible problem has shown up, that's really when I get involved with the women, because they are either paralyzed with fear or they're very laissez-faire of, it's okay, I'm going to get this biopsy. And my main goal is to reduce their fear of uncertainty and to give them the information so that they can go home and be informed of what to expect. A lot of times biopsies are not cancer. There are other things going on in the breast. There are, you know, different fibroid changes and things.
So just because you feel a lump doesn't mean it's the end.
Absolutely
end
not.
all. So I'm going to bring you into one of the mammogram rooms. Actually, the room I had my screening in last month when I was here, and we get to meet the fabulous CDI techs. Hi, Therese. Hi, Jean.
Hello.
These are the ladies that you'll actually see if you come to the Waukesha location. And I'm going to show you the machine that everyone seems to be so fearful of. Looks pretty innocent to me, right? Not too bad. But let's come over and talk to Therese and Jean about what they do. Talk a little bit about the fear women have of the machine, and is it painful, and that kind of thing.
I think that's the biggest thing that people are afraid of, why they don't come in, is that it hurts. And I just had another woman last night that said, oh my God, you guys make this so much easier. You know, I'm not nervous, I'm not scared, it didn't hurt. I mean, you're gonna feel pressure, but it shouldn't be painful. A mammogram doesn't have to be painful.
And you do feel pressure, that's about it. Hold your breath for a brief second, and then the machine releases.
The machine automatically releases. I think where the horror stories and everything come from with mammography, that is years ago, when the mammography machines first came out. I think they were uncomfortable. I think they were painful.
But we're taught to compress.
And over the last couple of years with the technology, the digital, everything, to be honest with you, there's really no reason for pain. There's going to be uncomfortableness, but there's a difference between pressure and pain. And what you're going to feel is a little bit of pressure, but not pain.
We're in the mammogram reading room. This is where Dr. Wagner actually reviews the exams and looks for these changes. And you chose to do just breast mammography. Why? What was the reason?
Well, my wife was diagnosed with low-grade breast cancer about 10 years ago, and there were some quality issues at the time. And I decided to really pursue that, and I got more and more interested in mammography, even though I did read mammograms. And I pursued additional education. And over the years, I've decided to do it full time.
How is she doing?
She's doing very well.
So the room that we're in is actually where you would spend a good chunk of your day looking at screenings.
Correct.
And it looks very high tech behind you. What we're seeing here on the screen, obviously, is someone's mammogram, their actual exam.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about what you look for when you're reviewing these.
Well, we're basically looking for subtle changes of breast cancer. And that can be manifested by little architectural changes, masses, or abnormal calcifications.
And it's important that I know that women bring in a previous screening for comparison. Isn't that really
That's
essential?
very helpful,
Yes.
because that's the only way you can detect subtle changes.
So come this way and I'll show you where I waited to get my results. It is so comfortable in here. Check out the lounge chair and the snacks and refreshments, mints, and great FM 106 on the radio. So choose CDI Breast Care because you do have a choice where to get your screening. They make it so comfortable here, as you can see. And they do have locations in Waukesha, Greenfield, and Menominee Falls.